Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's day 6 in our journey through Colossians together. I hope you had a great weekend, and I'm excited to dive into another week together with you all. But before we do that, let me ask you this question. What's holding your life together? Let's read Colossians chapter 1, verses 16 and 17 together. It says, "For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together." What a beautiful passage that we read together here as Paul is beginning to show us more of who Jesus is. Paul writes that in Jesus, in him, all things were created in heaven and on earth. That in Christ Jesus, all thrones and powers and authorities are also established. They've been created by him, through him, and for him. I hope this is starting to expand your view on who Jesus is, because it shows us that all these things were created through him and for him. And what that does is it shows us the preeminence of Christ. That's kind of a fancy word, theological term, the preeminence of Christ, but it's a necessary one as Paul shows us who Jesus is. The preeminence of Christ simply means he surpasses all things. And that's what Paul is trying to show us. Jesus surpasses the law. Jesus surpasses Moses. Jesus surpasses Abraham. Jesus surpasses David and Solomon. He's greater than them all. He is preeminent. Paul's also trying to show this audience who had first received Jesus as just the rabbi that he is so much more than that. He is the God who holds all things together. Now, as Paul describes him as preeminent, the question that we have to ask ourselves is he preeminent in my life? Here's what I know. Jesus is at the center of it all, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's in the center of our lives. We have agency with what we do with Jesus in our life. It doesn't change who he is in relationship to the world, but what is our posture towards him? What is our heart towards him? Jesus can be the center of all things and yet not be the center of our lives. And that's what I want you to take away today. When we see God for how big he is, understand that you have a decision to make with just how big he's going to be in your life. And so I want you to sit with that question today. I want you to sit in that tension. Ask yourself, in what areas of my life am I trying to do this on my own? I'm trying to hold myself together, and I'm trusting myself rather than trusting Christ. I want this to be the moment where you can surrender those things. Later today, hopefully in prayer, you can say, Christ, you are in control. Jesus, you are Lord of my life. And today, I surrender every part of who I am. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm excited for a new week, and we'll see you back tomorrow.